Hey everybody, welcome to Indie Games Level Up. I'm your host, Phil Lubensky. This episode is coming to you from MIGS, the Montreal International Games Summit. Hey everybody, I'm here with Lateef Martin from Miscellaneum Studios. He's the creative director and founder. How you doing, Mike?
Not bad.
Mike, what am I saying? Sorry. Lateef.
I thought you said Mang. I was like, you doing? I'm all right, man. How you doing?
So tell us a bit about yourself and your studio.
I'm an illustrator. I've been drawing since I was a kid. I've always wanted to be an inventor, so of sorts have kind of become that, which is kind of cool. I used to hang out in the arcades a lot, so I was always into games, but only recently have I really gotten into more of like, the PC console type games. My company is a transmedia company, so we don't just do games. We want to make sure that we can reach a lot of different people from different portals. So our first project is called Zisle. It's set in Montreal 7 years after a zombie apocalypse. I myself am a huge zombie fan. My girlfriend Isabelle Duguay is a co-writer and a co-creator. And we actually ran a crowdfunder for the comic book of it. We started with the comic book series. I'm the illustrator and we both co-write it. And the crowdfunder, depending on how much you contributed, you get to be a character in the comic. So it's all real people that are in the comic. Their background stories, what kind of weapons and strengths and weaknesses they have. So we're huge fans of the genre, but we figured let's do something that's a little different. Let's try to go beyond what we usually see. So we set the story 7 years after a zombie apocalypse in Montreal. We really wanted to make it a Montreal thing. So, Montreal's a very bike-friendly city, so all the weapons are made out of bikes. Seeing as, we don't have a lot of guns in Montreal in the first place, all the bridges are blown out. After 7 years, what are you going to use to fight with? We live on the roofs, because our zombies can't really climb. So we have roof-based communities. We're focusing on having it in different neighborhoods, and every neighborhood has their own kind of vibe, their own kind of thing going. And so we really want to bring the flavor and the people into the world of Zisle. The iconic places, what makes Montreal great. Actually, the game is a prequel to the comic because you're creating the world that you see in the comic book series. You create your own character, you start building a community, and we're running contests in the game where your achievements in the game could actually affect the comic to the point where your character can actually show up in the comic. So I think players will really dig that kind of thing. So that'll be a lot of fun and a challenge to balance how we can play off each other. It's like, okay, we're playing off the future and we're playing off the past, and how can they both affect each other? I've been kind of milling around the scene a bit for a couple of years before I started working on the game, and just like finding the right people that had the right vibe, the right kind of curiosity and the skills. I managed to find the right people, and the city's full of amazing talent, so they were out there.
When can we expect the game to come out?
The $1 million question. We're working on. We just developed it right now, so we're still working on the demo. I'm hoping it would come out in about a year.
Where do people go to get the comic?
Excellent question. Right now, we're only distributing in Montreal. We plan on going to international distribution sometime next year. If you're not living in Montreal, you can find us on Facebook. Get all the information from there.
This episode is sponsored by the Canada Media Fund. Since 2010, they've invested over $50 million in Canadian indie game studios. Indie Games Level Up is produced by Handmade. Handmade creates video game trailers, commercials, and this web series. This episode is sponsored by the Montreal International Games Summit. Get to the next level with MIGS.